Hey,
what's up, you guys?
what the f***? Dude, the sun is going down. I have to be quick. Hey, you. Okay. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna yawn.
Hey, stop it! I know what you're doing. Hey, bookworms, welcome back to. Hey bookworms, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new, it's Sam and today we're going to be doing my mid-year freak out tag. So I've been seeing these videos popping up this month like a lot and I thought I would do it. I kind of kept going back and forth if I wanted to do it or not, and I remember last year doing my end of year tag and I had such fun doing it that I thought I would start doing it each year. I don't know. I swear I've got heat stroke. So yeah, we are in the middle of June. I can't even believe that we are halfway through the year already. It's insane. I don't feel like I've read as many books as I did last year. I think I've read about 42. But yeah, let's get on with the questions, which I'm going to link the questions below in the descriptions in case you want to do this yourself. But yeah, let's go on with it. The first question is, best book you've read so far in 2022? And that will be probably two of them. First one being Beth O'Leary's The No Show. I absolutely adored this book. I did not go into this book thinking that it was going to be a 5 stars. We follow 3 point of views of 3 different women, Chiffon, Miranda and Jane. And yeah, they're all dating sort of this guy called Carter. We get all their points of view and their stories and it just plays out really well. But nearer to the end of the book, we start to understand the male character a lot better and everything starts to get explained, the secrets get exposed, and it's probably one of those books that took me by surprise. Like, I could not have guessed it. You can tell that she put so much thought and effort into this book, and yeah, this book was just everything to me. It's probably going to be my top 15 books of the year. I adore this book and I actually really want to read it again. If you've not read this yet, I highly recommend you picking this up. And the next book I'm going to say is Golden Monsters, the final book in the Serpent and Dove series. I put this book off for so long and I finally read it and I absolutely love it. This was just such a good way to end the series. I'm going to miss these characters so much. This book had so much going on. The ending was amazing. The epilogue really imprinted itself into my heart because it hurt, but good and bad ways. Oh my god, the epilogue. If you've read this book, you'll know what I mean. Epilogue was just perfect. But yeah, this book was absolutely beautifully... This book was absolutely beautifully done and perfectly written and such an amazing way to end the series. So yeah, those are the 2 books. Next question is, best sequel you read in 2022 so far, and that will be Good Girl, Bad Blood. This is from the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. This is, again, with a 5 star just like the first one, and wow, this one took you on a roller coaster of a ride. We follow Pip again and she's investigating once again. I think it's a person she knows from school has gone missing and she feels like she's the only one who can investigate it. So much happens, there's so many twists in it, and the ending of this book was just insane. I feel like everybody knows about this series. If you have not read the series though, what are you waiting for? It's so good. It's, oh my god, you just got to. The next question is a new release that you want to read but you haven't got to yet, and I've got 2 for this, and those are House of Sky and Breath and Misrule. The reason why I haven't read this one is because of the size. It terrifies me. But I know I need to read it soon because I really don't want to forget what happened in the first book. This is from the series, the Crescent City series. I forget what the actual title is. And Misrule is the sequel to the Malice book. And I really actually enjoyed Malice. I remember like when I found out that this one was coming out, I was super excited and I bought it straight away with every intention to read it straight away. But for some reason I didn't. So yeah, these 2 are 2 books that I'm really excited for, but I haven't read yet. Definitely going to. Next question is, book you're most anticipated to read for the second half of the year. And there are so many books coming out for the second half of the year that I'm excited for. So I found it really difficult to just narrow it down to 1. So I allowed myself to narrow it down to 2, although that was still really difficult. There are so many good books coming out in the second half of this year. But the first book I cannot wait to read, and that is a book called Stay Awake. I will get my editor Erin to put it up here. This book is supposed to follow a character who wakes up in the back of a taxi and gets taken to her apartment where she is supposed to be living, but a stranger answers the door and she realises that she doesn't live there because this person apparently has lived there for the last 2 years. Inside her coat pocket she finds a knife covered in blood, and written on her hands, I believe, is the words "stay away." So she ends up seeing a news report of a murder that's happened, and she's the prime suspect. So she doesn't remember committing this murder, so she's on the run, and she has lost 2 years of memory or something, and it just sounds really, really good. And the next one is A Dragon's Promise, which is the sequel to Six Crimson Cranes. Six Crimson Cranes is like a sort of fairy tale fantasy sort of book where we follow a character who is cursed and she can't speak, because if she does, then her 6 brothers who have been turned into cranes will die. The book is honestly everything to me. I found love with it. The cover is beautiful. The story is beautiful, and I cannot wait to read the sequel. The sequel has also got such a beautiful cover. I think it comes out around September time, which is just too far away. But yeah, those are the 2 that I'm most anticipated to read. Next question is the biggest disappointment so far this year. I have 3. I don't currently have them with me right now. First one is actually a DNF, which was, this one hurt. Riley Sager's Lock Every Door. I DNF'd it. I was so bored. And honestly, I love Riley Sager. I've read 2 of his books and really, really liked them, but I just couldn't get into this one. I was really bored, and I was really trying to push through it, and I just couldn't. And I didn't want to waste my time reading something that I'm not enjoying. The next one is a book called The Cove. I'll put it up here. I was really excited for this book, and I actually only finished it, I think, yesterday. It felt like the plot wasn't going anywhere. Like, the plot wasn't moving. The twists that happened weren't even shocking. And I just felt like it was just, I was really disappointed, and I was getting really frustrated reading it, that I was just kind of like, I don't even want to carry on. Like, I had 4 pages left, and I was like forcing myself to read the last 4 pages because I was so frustrated. Yeah, the plot just didn't feel like it was really going anywhere. I don't want to say too much, to be honest, because I'll be talking about it a bit more in my challenge video, but yeah. And the next one is Sweetie Schwab's Gallant. This one disappointed because I loved Infant Life at Abbey LaRue. I had high expectations. I didn't expect this to live up to that one, of course, but something definitely lacked with this one. We follow a girl who is an orphan, and she gets a letter from her uncle inviting her to come to his estate, but when she gets there, the uncle isn't there, and apparently he didn't invite her, and a lot of weird stuff is happening, and she's told to keep away from this wall, not go out after night, because on this wall is supposed to be like another realm or something. It just again felt like the plot was very slow and not much was really happening until like the very end, and even then it was a bit meh. But I did like the character, and I did like the writing, like the actual writing style. As for the story and stuff like that, it didn't really interest me that much. I was a bit disappointed by it, but I don't want to get rid of this book because it's signed, and I want my partner to read it because I think he'll like it. And I'm sorry if some of you like this book, but yeah, for me it wasn't much for me. It was just a bit like, no, thank you. Next question is the biggest surprise so far in 2022? And I've got 2 here, and that is The Nature of Witches and Every Summer After. I find it very difficult sometimes to read stories about witches. I feel like it's all done before and very repetitive. And with this one specifically, I just didn't think I was going to love it. But my partner had bought me, I think, for my birthday last year. And I decided to pick it up and give it a go. And I loved this book so much. I was listening to it audio as well as I was reading it. And my partner was listening as well, and he absolutely loved it as well. Although he missed like a big chunk of it, he just said it was really good. This book is honestly incredible. You follow witches who have certain powers during the seasons, and then their powers like the strongest during that season. But our main character, she's powerful in all seasons, so they're trying to like train her. So much happens. It's very fast paced, never a dull moment. Absolutely perfect. The ending was just brilliant, and I know there's also got another book coming out that I cannot wait to read. And then the next one is Every Summer After, and I just didn't think I was going to enjoy this book. I saw it everywhere, so I ordered it, and I was going to give it a go, and if I didn't enjoy it, I was going to send it back, but I ended up falling in love with this book. We follow 2 timelines. We follow the timeline where our main character is 30, and then we follow the timeline like 17 years ago to when she met this guy called Charlie, and they are friends, and it grows more and more into like a love story. And then obviously in the future, like the present day, they haven't spoken in 12 years, and she's going back because their mother has died, and you sort of learn like what went wrong and how they found love and everything about that. And it was just so honestly perfect. It was such a great time to read this book during summer as well. But all in all, it's just such a cute read. Like, I can't believe how much I fell in love with this and how I almost missed out on reading this because I wasn't going to get it. And that would have been such a shame because it's so good. The hype for this book is so real. It's honestly incredibly heartwarming and beautiful, and I just fell in love with it. So the next question is a favourite new author that you found so far in 2022. Could be debut or new to you. I have 2, although one isn't technically new to me, but I'll explain. So the first one is Vanessa Len. I read this book for the first time early this year, and I fell in love with this book, and I cannot wait to read more from her. And normally I wouldn't say this is a favourite author because I've only read one book by her, but I honestly just think this was so good. We follow these characters who can sort of travel in time, and it's got like I don't know what to say, so I don't know. It's like forbidden romance, enemies to lovers, time travel, fantasy. It's everything. It's perfect. If you've not read this book, go and read it because it's absolutely incredible. And the next one is Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'll put up some of her books here. And the reason why I say Taylor Jenkins Reid, I did read one of her books last year, but I didn't really want to count her as a favourite author because it could have just been a fluke like that one book. This year I've read, I think, another 2 books by her. I think both, I've had 2 books out of 5 stars and 1 4 star, so her writing is just amazing. And she's officially now a new favourite author because I've loved everything she's written so far. I still have a bunch of books that I need to read by her, but yeah. Next question was, and your newest fictional crush so far in 2022, and I don't really have one. Like, I find it hard to get fictional crushes. I mean, last year I feel like it was Kath Brecker. I still feel like it's him now, like no one can top him, but yeah, I haven't really got a new one this year, so. Next question is your newest favourite character so far in 2022, and that one would have to be Darby from No Exit. She is honestly such a brave character and feisty, and she does things that I think a lot of people wouldn't do. I just don't feel like you'd be able to handle some of the situations she goes through, but she does what she does to protect this little girl, and it's honestly insane what she goes through and what she does. She's inspirational, and I absolutely fell in love with her character. So she's definitely one of my favourite characters so far this year. Absolutely really enjoyed this book. If you don't know what it's about, Darby ends up having to pull over at this like little stop station in the like on the highway or something because there's this storm. She gets stuck there with a bunch of other people, and then she finds a little girl trapped inside a fan in a cage, and she has to work out who the kidnapper is and work out how to get this little girl out and safe. And a lot of action happens in this book. There's some gruesome bits, to be fair. And it's also been done to a movie as well, which I haven't watched yet. But yeah, Darby's definitely one of my new fictional favourite characters so far. Next question is books that made you cry so far in 2022. I feel like there's been a few, but I'm just going to say The Nurture, because I was not expecting to cry for this. Like, there was just no expectation to cry. Yeah, this made me cry, and I was getting teary-eyed even after when I was talking about it. I did a reading vlog for this, so I'll put that reading vlog up there. You should definitely check it out if you haven't. But yeah, this book definitely made me cry a lot, and I even got emotional talking after it for quite a while, so it has to be this one. The next question is the most beautiful book you have bought so far this year, and I've got 2. First one being Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This cover is stunning. Like, oh my god, it's got sprayed edges. I mean, come on, this cover is absolutely everything. And the next one is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. And again, I absolutely love this cover. I love the whole underwater style of it. It reminds me of Little Mermaid. These books are both awesome as well. I've read both of these, and I believe I gave them both 4 stars. The sequel to this one comes out this year. Can't wait. This also brought out 2 books in one year. Like, hello. Wow. But yeah, these 2 are the most beautiful ones I've bought so far this year. Absolutely love them. Next question was a book that made you happy. And that was The Lucky Escape. This book made me so happy. Oh my god. If you're looking for a book that's going to make you feel all the summer vibes, then you've got to pick up this book. We follow this character, Annie, whose fiance ditches her on her wedding day, and she's devastated, of course, and she ends up going on the honeymoon with a man who's not her husband, who's an old friend that she knew from school. And they go to Australia, and you get some amazing scenes in Australia that just makes you want to go there so much. Like, I already want to go to Australia, but this book made me want to go more. And I'm sorry, but this cover just screams summer. This cover made me want to pick up this book, but also sprayed edges. But yeah, this book made me so happy. I think I gave this book a 4.5 just because I wanted some more of the Australia scenes. Like, I was dying for more. This is such a cute read. I loved it. And the final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? A lot. I feel like books I bought that I was meant to read straight away, I want to try and get to them, or trying to get to some of the older books on my TBR that I've had for a year, but especially this one. As Good as Dead, which is the last book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I really need to read this one by the end of the year because I'm trying to finish more series. But yeah, definitely this one is on the top. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I need to finish a lot of books by the end of the year. I haven't really made like a list. But yeah, definitely this one. So yeah, that's my mid-year freak out tag. I can't wait to do the end of the year one to see if anything's changed. And yeah, let me know if you've read any of these books, if you found the same, if you recommend any books based on what I've read and what I like. But if you did like this video, please hit that like button, it'd mean the world. And until next time, bye!